Hi everyone, I'm back with another Akashic story time. And what is Akashic story time? It is exactly what it sounds like. It is a story about somebody's soul history. And this one is titled The Dragon Guardian and the Pleiadian Legacy. And a new cycle is beginning, is the first thing that this person's higher self had to share. After months of tying up loose ends and closing this old cycle, she was being asked by her higher self to focus on moving forward with confidence, recognizing her potential and fully. Then, of course, a dragon guide also appeared, a teal-colored dragon who was all about healing, and this dragon was presenting as a masculine energy, to help her align with her inner masculine energy, offering protection and support in moving forward. His role involves assisting in letting go of past stories and belief systems, clearing space and building new stories for the future. Then she showed herself to me as this golden angelic version of herself. And this is the highest celestial version of herself that is still in the angelic realm, and before any trauma or separation from source basically happened. Time, of course, does not exist, so she still is that version of herself. You still are that version of yourself, a version of pure joy and healing energy. And this higher aspect leads her spiritual work, inspiring her passion for helping people. And her journey kind of looked like an inverted vortex, starting close to source, moving outward to gather experiences, both uplifting and challenging ones, and now returning to her original self, releasing what no longer serves, something that I started talking about more and more recently in my other videos too. This is the ascension process of the multiverse. Then her higher self took me to the Pleiades, where she worked as a healer and was being assisted by Pleiadian dragons in her work. And this incarnation continues to influence her and work through her in this lifetime here. And it offers her grounding and protection during her healing work here. The dragons assisted her in cleansing the land where she built her healing practice, something that here on Earth many have forgotten all about now. Stuff like energy mapping of the Earth and dowsing were normal in the Pleiades. After that, we were brought to Lemuria. Initially, life was full of joy, creativity, and a strong connection to the planet, and she spent her days gathering fruits, crafting jewelry and crowns from natural materials, and her peaceful existence was disrupted when ships arrived, bringing Atlantean invaders who caused panic and fear, and she escaped into the forest, climbing high up in a tree to stay hidden, and watched as others were taken away in cages. And that Lemurian version of her came through to tell her that it is now safe to trust again and feel abundant and reconnect with that aspect of herself that is not going to happen again in this lifetime. And in Atlantis, later, she had a lifetime in Atlantis. She lived a structured and stable life as a priest, mastering esoteric teachings and stepping fully into her masculine energy. And later, in an Indian temple, she worked closely with the ascended master from Venus, Sanat Kumara, who is still a guide for her in this lifetime. After that, she lived a lifetime as one of the first Gnostic Christians during times of persecution, despite living as a nomad who had to be careful for Roman persecution. She shared the earliest teachings of Jesus and Magdalene wherever she had the chance. And her dragon provided a lot of guidance and protection during that lifetime, helping her to stay safe and protected. Dragons are closely connected to the protection of the Christ teachings, and this soul aspect of hers encourages her to live in freedom and liberate herself from fear, so that she can be fully present in this lifetime. Her soul's mission for this lifetime is all about reactivating the angelic and Pleiadian energies, which are the basic frequencies that also flow through all the other incarnations that came up for her. Each memory shared serves as a catalyst for integration and healing, reminding her that the process unfolds naturally as she aligns with her highest self and Mother, Father, God. This was just a quick story based on a reading that takes about an hour to an hour and a half. So if you feel that the next step for you is to see how the golden seraphim dragons, who are my guides in the Akashic records, how they're able to show you some of the puzzle pieces of other incarnations, any blocks or any gifts that you are now ready to integrate that want to be shared with the world, then reach out to me so that we can get started on that for you, and also take a look at what somebody else had to say right here. So this is how powerful it can be to work with the Akashic records, and you're upgrading yourself basically to be more in alignment with your soul mission. So that was my story, and check out the other stories because there are many more in this series on Substack and on YouTube. And if this is the next step for you, then reach out to me. Bye-bye.